Friday. All right. Chance here. Back with some chair yoga for you. Today, I want to really take our time on the neck and shoulders. It's personally where I hold a lot of strain and stress, maybe from the weight of my hair, maybe because I'm too often hunched over a device or unconscious of my posture. So today's going to be mostly a shoulders day, and I imagine that you'll also reap the benefits. Now, our body is, in yoga anatomy, it's a bunch of rivers. It's a bunch of channels. Now, these rivers can be large and visible to the naked eye, veins and arteries, and literally like rivers. Or they can get really microscopic, like our nervous system, which starts visible to the naked eye, but then like a tree branches, it just keeps on getting smaller and, fractaling out deep into every crevice in every corner of our body into a microscopic size where electrical signals travel through. So it doesn't really matter if you understand that or not, but I feel that the visualization of a bunch of flowing rivers getting blocked up or kinked up from our lifestyle, from the stuff that we eat, from the stress that we carry with us, and from the inactivity in our body, that unblocking rivers is just a nice visual for me. And when you think of how many intersections we got here, we got our heart, throat, brain, shoulders, arms, lungs, ribs, it's all right in here. So these intersections are interacting. These intersections are blocked up from either slumping forward or hunching over a phone or driving a car like this or, hunching over a laptop or whatever. So let's just focus on creating a shape in our body that allows for a lot of space. Allowing that space is going to let whatever's blocking our rivers get moved away. It's just less stuff for it to get stuck on. If our rivers aren't all kinked up, it's like pulling a garden hose straight and long. That's what we're doing with our body, all right? I don't know if this visual is confusing you or if it's nice and easy, as clear as it is in my head. But all we have to do here is breathe and imagine unkinking our hoses or unblocking our rivers and just observing what happens. So, the breath. Sit up tall, relax your shoulders, think of space. If we got hoses running this way, hoses running this way, hoses running this way, just try to find space so those things can be unkinked. Now, the deeper we breathe, the more flow we put through those rivers, those channels, those hoses, right? So breathe in deeply, all the way down to your belly. Breathe out completely. Keep going, in and out. Pay special attention to how your seat is resting on the chair. Pay close attention to your low back and the length of it. Pay attention to your shoulders. Are they relaxed away from the ears? Are they far enough apart from each other so you're not kinking them in the back by pulling them too far back, and you're not kinking the front of your chest by rolling your shoulders too far forward? Just nice and long out to the sides with a nice long neck and gravity pulling those shoulders away from the ears. Keep breathing. As the lungs fill all the way up, any pressure, any resistance, any tightness that you feel is where those rivers or hoses are blocked, okay? So just feel it. And then through the course of every breath, keep your attention on those same spaces that are obviously uncomfortable. and see how they change. See if you can't notice where those blockages get released. Maybe just partially, maybe completely. But just observe, bit by bit, every breath is doing something to remove that blockage. It is really bringing our flow back to places that haven't been getting that flow. All right, so our first movement, we're going to inhale, bring the shoulders up toward the ears. On your exhale, down and back, relax the shoulders. On your next inhale, bring the shoulders up toward the ears, and this time roll them down and forward. On your exhale, in and up. On the inhales, down and back. On the exhales, in and up, down and forward. See, we're alternating, basically stretching the front line of the body and the back line of the body. Notice, what do you feel? What challenges do you encounter? And can you patiently observe what shifts and what changes? As we come back to neutral shoulders, next we're going to bring the chin down to the chest. And we're just going to gently, while still breathing deeply, breathe at your own pace, we're going to gently rock the left ear toward the left shoulder, keeping the shoulders drawn down and the spine long and flat, or long and reaching vertically. And we're going to just take half circles with the head, tucking the chin down to the chest and bringing the right ear toward the right shoulder. Oh. Go nice and slow. Really try to visualize. You might have tens of thousands of rivers flowing through your neck and shoulder area. So observe with more detail, maybe with more imagination even, as to what these little aches and pains, these little sorenesses or tightness or limitations that we find are. They're just little rivers. Good. Keep that breath loud and rich. The breath is what creates the flow through those channels. And the gentle movement and observation is what squeezes or removes whatever is blocking those channels or unkinking those channels. On your next inhale, we'll come back up. Relax the shoulders. Take a couple deep breaths, really just reaching up tall through the crown of the head. Letting the shoulders fall away from the ears. Roll the tailbone under. Next, we're going to take a movement called dolphining the neck. I'm going to move to at an angle here so you can just see the movement. I'm going to go really slow the first time, so move at your own pace. Listen to your body and try to move slow, because the neck and shoulders, there's a lot of tension that can be held there. A lot of lactic acid, which is these physical dams, these knots in your muscles. So go slow. You don't want to find any pain, but you do want to find a little gentle discomfort and observe it. So to dolphin the neck, on your inhale, you lift the chin and reach it forward like you're trying to scoop a golf ball or a magical ball of light underneath your chin and trapping it underneath your chin and between your chest. And on your exhale, gently arching the back to let the heart shine forward, and gently lifting the chin. Inhales, we reach forward and scoop. Exhales, we gently arch the back and slowly lift the chin. We'll do this about 10 times. Inhale, we reach and scoop. Exhale, arching the back while holding the chin down and gently lifting the chin. See how this relates to the rest of your back. Your neck. Ears. Move as slow as your breath allows. Keep the shoulders drawing away from the ears. Couple more here. Notice what's already shifting. Good. Find a neutral spine, relax the shoulders. Take a couple deep breaths. Notice and observe what's shifting. You might feel some heat. You might feel some stuff moving around. You might feel some releasing. You might just feel tension moving to a different place. All of this is normal. Once again, don't push anything too hard. Just observe. You might want to shrug your shoulders up, back, and down a couple times. See what shifted from that movement. And we'll take eagle arms. Let's take the left arm, make an L with the elbow. So I'm like this. My hand is directly above my elbow, and my elbow is directly out from my shoulder. And you take your right hand, wrap it under the left elbow, and work your best. Maybe you just grip the elbows together, and that's good for you. Squeeze the elbows together here. If available, maybe you can bring your palms closer together and point your thumbs back towards your face. Okay, so I'm going to sit to the side so you can see. My elbows, I raise them to shoulder height, and I push my hands away from my face. Keep relaxing your shoulders away from your ears. Feel that squeeze between the elbows. Stay sitting up tall. Keep using your entire lungs. Feel how this breath, how this pose is engaging those shoulders, is opening those channels. And remember breathing through these spaces and observing that discomfort without finding pain or any extreme discomfort, just easy. Take 2 more breaths here. Keep on lowering the shoulders, and pushing the hands away from the face and squeezing between the elbows. You can release. Maybe take a couple organic movements here. We're going to set up the second side. I feel it in my chest, my shoulders, my shoulder blades, Even in my head and my throat, there seems to be a lot more pressure. This is good because this pose is activating our lymphatic system. Our lymphatic system is detoxifying our body through that squeezing pressure. So feel it, observe it. You're doing magic on yourself. You're giving yourself a, I don't know, I guess procedure is a appropriate word, but you're doing something that is physically changing your systems in your body. Next, we'll take this right elbow. Making an L with that elbow. My elbow is right out from the shoulders, and my hand is right above the elbow. Wrap this left elbow underneath. If available. Now, not everybody can wrap their wrists, so don't worry about it. As long as you got your elbows squeezing together, try to raise them to shoulder height and keep on feeling that pressure in between your elbows. If you can bring the palms together, excellent. Try to point your thumbs back towards your face. Keep raising those elbows and push your hands away from your face. Sit up tall, notice your low back. You can have your chin kind of tucked. Keep your shoulders drawing away from your ears. And breathe. Last breath here. Keep the pressure between the elbows. Keep raising the elbows to shoulder height, pushing the hands away from the face. Filling your entire lungs. And as you unwind, let's bring the backs of the hands to the knees, palms facing the sky. Observe if there's any tingling in your hands, if there's any increased flow through your shoulders. You might feel a pulsing in your fingertips. You might feel different electricity. You might feel draining. All of these things are what can be expected when we're using pressure, these powerful poses, these powerful treatments, matched with that medicine of the breath. Just observe your neck and shoulders. Keep sitting up tall. And if you can, try to visualize possibly icebergs melting or some type of solid turning back into liquid. Like a glow stick being cracked. I like that. But what we want to do is just imagine what was rigid, what was hard, what was blocked is now fluid, is now flexible. In nature, death equates to rigidity. Branches get brittle and break, and firmness or stiffness equates to the opposite of vitality, while flexibility, being able to bend, being able to be fluid, be flexible, be vital, it relates to livelihood, to movement, to adaptation. And as much as we might forget, as easy as it is to forget, that we are nature. We might live in an environment that's seemingly separate from nature. But even if our external environment doesn't reflect our nature, our internal environment still does. Simple practices of breathing, stretching, and observing can have life-changing outcomes in regards to the vitality within our body being our own internal universe that has systems, that has life, and microbes, and communities all within it. Prioritize spending some time taking care of your inner world, and it will continue to pay you back. Thanks a lot for tuning in. Namaste. I hope you have a lovely weekend, a long weekend. I hope you get to see some sunshine and some nature, some trees. I hope you get to tell your loved ones that you appreciate them, and I hope the best for you. We'll see you again Monday. Monday. Not sure if I'm streaming on Memorial Day or not. So possibly. Maybe see you Monday. Definitely on Wednesday.